Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Jamila. As you know from Yoga with Jamila, I wanted to come on today and talk about a couple things. First things first, talk about the energy of Winter Solstice, why today is important, why I chose this day to start the chakra journey, and a little bit about the root chakra since we are on day one. So, just a disclaimer, if I'm looking away from the camera while I'm talking, don't worry, I made a lot of notes just so that I don't forget anything. So, a little bit about the winter solstice. According to Forever Conscious, the winter solstice celebrates the longest hours of darkness or the rebirth of the sun and is believed to hold powerful energy or regeneration, renewal, and self-reflection. The winter solstice is a time of quiet energy where you get the opportunity to look within yourself and focus on what you need. It's a time to set goals and intentions for the coming year, to examine and let go of our past, and to make changes within ourselves. The winter solstice is essentially tied to a personal awakening. So, when I read that, I was like, yeah, this was like the perfect time to start this journey. One, I wanted to start it on a Monday. The fact that the Monday aligned with winter solstice and the energy and everything behind it just really, hit home for me. Like, yeah, this is the perfect time, because one, I generally start planning my goals, if you want to say goals, New Year's resolutions, whatever. I start doing that towards the beginning of December. And when it was talking about this being tied to a personal awakening and it's a quiet time where you get the opportunity to look within yourself, I feel like this is around the time that I generally do this. And with that in mind, I was just thinking this would be a beautiful time for people to start to work on themselves, because 2020 threw a lot at us. I don't care who you are, where you are, what status you have or you hold. 2020 threw a lot at us, period. A lot of things we didn't see coming. And so starting here with your healing journey, starting to learn the chakras is a beautiful way to start healing, because once you start understanding the properties and the energy that's held within the chakras, then you can learn to kind of maneuver around the energy and direct the flow, because you really can't stop the energy, but you can help direct the flow, because energy is always moving. So and one of the other things that I believe is that once you start understanding what's going on within the chakras and which areas of your life they govern, if it's an emotional thing, if it's physical, then you can really start to heal, because I personally believe that everything starts off in the emotional body before it manifests into the physical body. So today, when we start day one of the root chakra, my goal for us is really to get to know the energy. So the root chakra is your first chakra, it's your base chakra. And when I say your first chakra, I'm just speaking of the main 7 chakras. So that is your base level. So if you think about a tree and its roots, the base chakra would be the roots. That's your foundation. And without a strong base, without strong roots, strong foundation, everything else can come crumbling down at any point in time. And the energy of the root chakra is masculine. So each chakra has, a masculine or feminine aspect to it, and the root chakra is very masculine. It's the most dense energy out of all of the chakras. It's a heavy energy, and it's responsible for our, our survival, our safety, our finances, just all all of those things that really, you think about strength, stability, because again, if you think about foundation, you need a stable foundation. So it really has to do with all of that. And there are certain rights that are connected to each chakra. And the rights of the root chakra are to be and to have. And so, excuse me, when you think about the safety and stability aspects of the chakra, and you think about the right, so you have the right to be stable in life. You have the right to be safe. You have the right to feel safe in every situation that you encounter. You have the right to be here on this planet. You have a right to be present. So sometimes you might be in a situation where you might not feel like you belong somewhere, but you have the right to be. You have the right to be here in this world. And I know I made a few more notes, but yeah, so pretty much I guess that was all of it. You have the right to be, you have the right to belong, to feel loved and be a part of a group. You have the right to feel safe. And you really have to make this important, especially, yeah, that's why I'm glad I looked at my notes. You have to make the right to be safe important, especially if you grew up in a situation that was unsafe. If you grew up in a household that had a lot of trauma, if you, as an adult or a preteen, adolescent, were in a situation where you might have been in an unsafe relationship, if there was domestic violence at hand, anything. So you have the right to be safe, and you really, really need to make that an important aspect of who you are, because at the root of yourself, that is the right for all of us. And you have the right to be stable. So this is something else, like if you grew up in a situation where, let's say you're an army brat, or you were moving, all over the place, or you just didn't have a stable household life, that has to be something that you make very important, because things that happen in our childhood, and it happens for everyone in one aspect or another, because when we come here, it's not like, oh, we all, incarnated on earth with these glowing, perfectly balanced chakras. No, we all come in here, with lessons and desires and destinies, things that we're supposed to do here. And with some of the things that we're supposed to be doing in this life, whatever your path is, we go through different instances, obstacles, learn lessons that help to shape the person that we become. And so in that aspect, if you grew up in a situation that was unstable, then part of you has to make that a very important part of your adult life, so that you can breed more stability, so you can heal that aspect of your root chakra. And then you have the right to have. So you don't want to be attached to things that you can't let go of, because attachment isn't all that good. You don't want to, have that, this is mine, this is mine, this is my house, my car, it's good to have that, but you don't want to be so attached to it that if it gets taken away from you, you crumble, because obviously that's going to be a root chakra type issue as well. Like if you're holding on to things, if you're hoarding, if you're just anything like that, that becomes an imbalance. But we'll talk about imbalances later. The main aspects of what I wanted to discuss today were just really getting to know the root chakra, and really kind of feeling into this energy. So as I said, the root chakra is your first chakra. It's your base chakra. That's your foundation of your whole chakra system. The color is red. You see the red around my neckline. And so yes, the color is red. It's very bold. It's a masculine energy. It's the most dense out of all the chakras. And the element of the chakra is earth. So like if you think about, for me, anytime I think of earth, for some reason I always go astrological and I start thinking, oh, Taurus, because Taurus is, they're very earthy. And but you don't have to think like that. Just the element is earth. So think of the trees, the dirt, the air, everything that has to do with the earth itself. And one of the senses, or not one of the senses, but so we have, our five senses, if you don't include your sixth sense, but we have our five senses, and the root chakra is connected to our sense of smell. So when you're sitting here and you're trying to activate your root chakra, you're working with stuff like that, really take the time to enjoy the smells. Think of real earthy smells. Could be something like sandalwood, patchouli. And I'm going to be honest, this is what I like to do sometimes. I like to just take a cinnamon stick. Looks like a blunt. But I like to take a cinnamon stick and I'll just light it. Cinnamon sticks are good for everything. It's good for protection. It's good for success. It's good for a lot of things like that. But I really love the smell of a cinnamon stick. When you light it, it's so beautiful. But you have cinnamon sticks. You could burn Palo Santo, sage, because sage is very earthy. Just think of things like that. And then let's just take a quick moment to kind of feel into this energy. So I want you to close your eyes and just, take a couple of normal breaths. And then I want you to take a deep inhale through the nose and out the mouth. And keep doing that. And as you're deepening your breath, I want you to imagine a 4-petal lotus flower, red, kind of bright at the base of your spine. That is where your root chakra will be. Your root chakra is also identified by a 4-petal lotus flower. So just imagine that. And I want you to inhale. Imagine gathering up all this energy. And as you exhale through the mouth, I want you to imagine blowing away any debris or dark parts of this flower that just don't seem like it needs to be there. You want to clear the flower so that the flower looks very beautiful. The petals are spinning. And just keep imagining that. And imagine the center of the flower as a bright red light. And keep breathing, inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply as well. And then you just want to keep picturing that. With every inhalation, you're gathering up all this energy, all the energy that's going to be used to kind of clear away any debris, or like I said, any dark spots, any parts that need to be cleared up so that your chakra can start to open fully, so that it can take in more energy, more light, and work at its optimal level. So just take about 5 minutes and just keep doing that cycle. Keep going. If you notice that there's any resistance, or if you can see in your mind's eye, particularly a lot of debris around that might need some force to remove, make your inhalations deeper and your exhalations more forceful. And just breathe into it. And do your deep breathing. Clearing breaths just a couple more times. And then return to normal breathing, but keep your eyes closed. And what I want you to do is really focus on that energy. Feel the denseness of that energy. Feel at the base of your spine. Maybe it gets a little bit heavier so that you can actually connect with that energy. And as you're connecting with the energy, I want you to picture roots from that chakra. So just imagine that the flower has sprouted roots, and they are going from the base of your spine into Mother Earth to not only strengthen your own roots, but to connect with Mother Earth so that she can nurture and help nourish those roots of your root chakra. And as you do this, maybe you feel that beautiful exchange of energy from your own self, your own body, your own energy, exchanging with the energy of Mother Earth. You tap into her vibration. Continue to breathe. Continue to feel into that energy. Embody that energy. As if your whole entire body, your whole entire space was just surrounded by root chakra energy. So So maybe the air around you gets a little heavier, it gets a little denser. Feels like fog. And you appreciate that denseness. You appreciate the heaviness because it's not so much that it weighs you down, but that's what's going to create the stability that you need, the stability that's going to create a stronger foundation for you. Keep breathing. Keep exchanging that energy with Mother Earth. And allow yourself to feel into this energy without judgment, without wondering if you're doing it right, if you missed a step. You just feel what you feel, and the more that you connect with it, the stronger your connection will become. And go ahead and take a couple more breaths. Imagine your roots coming back up into your flower, bringing all that nourishing energy, all that beautiful power from Mother Earth back all the way into the base of your spine, giving strength to that lotus flower, helping it shine brighter as you cleared away some of that debris. So maybe you see the petals are spinning, and maybe they're spinning fast, maybe they're spinning slow as they're just starting to pick up the pace. But what you do know is that it's glowing. And with these roots now within that lotus flower, you have this aura around you that is red. It's emanating that root chakra energy. And stay there. Breathe there. Appreciate that feeling. Show gratitude for that feeling. Thank the Mother Earth for supporting you in this time. Thank you for thank her for allowing you to connect with her energy, and knowing that at any time, if you ever feel unstable or need some nurturing or just need more strength than you're able to give yourself, that you can always connect your roots into her earth and get that exchange of her nourishment to strengthen your own roots. So go ahead and rub your hands together. Let's create a little bit of heat, because we've had our eyes closed for quite a while. So what we want to do is build up the heat, place our hands over our eyes, really just feeling into that energy that we created with our hands. Do it one more time. This is helping to bring some more life to our eyes as we get ready to open them. Go ahead and place your hands over your eyes one more time. Open your eyes and your hands, and then slowly let your hands fall away. Continue to breathe. Thank you for joining me in this short little impromptu meditation, but I hope that you got something out of it along with the information that I provided earlier. And until later, I will see you guys at 5 o'clock for a root chakra flow.